The aftermath of 2 Iranian missile attacks is leaving gas prices at an all-time high. Future prices may affect customers worldwide. We have the details.
As spring starts tomorrow and travelers are hitting the road to catch the warmer weather, travelers should be prepared for longer lines.
A certain weight loss pill's prices are going up along with facing some patent protection issues. See what this could mean for your wallet.
Although Ohio was cold this week, other states are experiencing record levels of heat, hitting triple digits. As KSTV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good Thursday evening, Portage County. Welcome back to our newscast. I'm Claire Duver.
And I'm Abby Kress. Thank you for tuning in.
To begin the show, we are turning to our reporter Tatum Werns, who has the latest updates on marijuana use in Ohio.
Hi, Tatum.
Hi, guys. New Ohio legislation goes into effect tomorrow regarding cannabis rules, and opinions are split in the state on whether this will be beneficial. Ohio's Senate Bill 56 increases regulations on how cannabis is sold and used. Legislators say it's needed change, but some businesses are struggling to adapt. The bill, which goes into effect March 20th, bans intoxicating hemp products from being sold anywhere other than licensed dispensaries and caps the number of dispensaries statewide at 400.
Hopefully it'll drive the price down and make it better for the average person that cares to partake in it.
In addition to cannabis selling, Senate Bill 56 also restricts how individuals use it. Smoking marijuana can only happen on private property, and it must come from a legal source.
We also maintained from the initial medical marijuana a drug-free workplace, which was very important. There's a lot of federal contracts that people have. Even though it's a legal substance, an employer can still drug test you.
In addition to cannabis selling, Senate Bill 56 also restricts how individuals use it. Smoking marijuana can only happen on private property, and it must come from a legal source.
We operate solely off of what they're calling intoxicating hemp, and that will effectively shut us down.
Business owners also tried gathering signatures for a referendum, trying to pause the law and put the issue on the ballot for Ohio voters to decide on.
They might be turned to alternative ways if stuff in places like ours is closed down.
As of today, not enough signatures were gathered from the referendum, so Senate Bill 56 will go into effect as planned. For KSTV News, I'm Tatum Werns.
Thanks, Tatum. Well, the next story sounds like a science fiction movie, as multiple Bigfoot sightings have been reported in the Portage County area. A Facebook post from Bigfoot Society on March 9th details a timeline of events from the Bigfoot Mapping Project. The post urges community members to keep an eye on their outdoor cameras, listen for suspicious sounds, and contact them via email for any updates.
Kent State sent out a flashlight announcement to students on Mondays asking for their participation in a survey about unwanted sexual conduct. Kent State plans to use the students' input to have better response and prevention of sexual and relationship violence, specifically adjusting their training, education, and support. The survey is in collaboration with the Ohio Department of Higher Education's Changing Campus Culture Initiative, which started in 2015.
Kent State University's annual Fake Patties celebration is scheduled to take place this Saturday, March 21st. Summit County OVI Task Force will be conducting sobriety checkpoints across Summit County starting Friday, March 20th into Saturday, March 21st. Last year, 51 individuals were arrested, with there being over 10,000 OVI crashes in 2025. Safety reminders from University Police include not carrying open containers and remembering that Kent State protects students from disciplinary consequences related to alcohol or other substances when emergency services are contacted. Kent State Police made 23 arrests last Fake Patties.
Good Thursday evening, Portage County, and welcome to your first weather forecast of the night. We have a lot to get into with this weird Ohio weather, so let's get into it. As we can see over here, Toledo is 57 degrees, Columbus 64, Athens 63, Akron and Canton being 55, with Pittsburgh being 57, and Cincinnati is at 69 degrees. Today it was fairly dry across all of Ohio, and as we can see, and it is really nice because we just had a lot of snow, so it's nice to just have a dry day. Looking up at northeast Ohio, Ashtabula is at 41, Youngstown 54, Kent also 54, Cleveland 45, which is a little bit colder, and Akron and Canton being at 55 degrees. Pretty standard, is, pretty similar throughout northeast Ohio. For our hourly forecast today, right now we are at 8 p.m. with a 2% chance of rain at 47 degrees, and it will continue to get a little bit colder tonight from 43 and then 39 degrees with a 13% chance of rain. And so as the night gets going, it might rain, so if you're going to leave late tonight, you might want to have an umbrella, and just be aware that it is going to be getting a little bit chillier as the night goes on. And that's all I have for you right now, but when I come back, I'll talk about what's coming for us ahead.
Thanks, Sam. Roughly 90 ships, including oil tankers, have crossed the Strait of Hormuz in relation to the war with Iran, with a new satellite image showing a Maltese-flagged container ship on fire in the Strait of Hormuz called the Safine Prestige. Most shipping traffic through the waterway or global oil and gas transport, supplying approximately 1/5 of the world's oil, has been at a halt since early this month.
Conflict in Iran causes energy prices to spike. The world's largest liquefied natural gas facility is in Qatar and is experiencing damage to its facilities after 2 Iranian missile attacks. They follow strikes on Wednesday of Iran's energy facilities. These are some of the reasons burnt crude oil topped $118 a barrel Thursday morning, leaving gas in the U.S. to hit $3.88 a gallon.
Well, if you feel like gas prices are at an all-time high, you are not wrong, as statistics show prices are the highest they've been since October of 2022, with the average cost at $3.88. This also marks a spike of 90 cents in 19 days, with states like California, Washington, and Hawaii averaging at $5 per gallon.
President Trump posted on Truth Social on Wednesday, admitting to not knowing about Israel attacks on South Pars gas. Trump is calling for an end to all strikes on energy targets, stating that Israel will no longer strike facilities unless provoked. Iran has fired back, striking oil facilities around the Persian Gulf. Qatar reports expensive damage to its main energy hub on Truth. Trump warns that if Iran continues to attack Qatar, the U.S. will, quote, massively blow up the entirety of the South Pars gas field at an amount of strength and power that Iran has never seen or witnessed before.
Travelers may want to listen to this, as it is likely airports will shut down following a TSA funding statement, with airport security lines in some locations taking hours. TSA's acting deputy administrator said how workers are being fully stretched and some smaller airports could risk being shut down entirely, with general manager of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Airport urging travelers to show up at least 3 hours before departure, with the TSA officer in Colorado, Angela Grana, saying there are some officers spending the night at airports because they don't have enough gas money to drive home.
According to the U.S. Intelligence Committee, Chinese invading Taiwan is not likely anymore. This comes from the latest annual threat assessment by the U.S. Intelligence Committee. Chinese government has been saying they want to take control of the island for some time now. But in 2021, the U.S. military believed that China wanted to take control of Taiwan by 2027. Now, the Intelligence Committee thinks that China knows a strike would be difficult and likely fail.
Coming up, 2 researchers found a likely inaccuracy in the counting of COVID deaths at the start of the pandemic.
See how USG is spreading kindness within the student body.
What if your research could reach beyond the classroom? Welcome to the 40th Graduate Research Symposium. This two-day event brings graduate students from all disciplines together to present their work, exchange ideas, and engage with faculty and peers. Join us each day at 8 a.m. for research and collaboration with award opportunities and keynote speaker Professor Michael Beam. Register for Graduate Research Symposium March 19th and 20th at the Kent State Student Center.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help Clean Air for Kids reach more children at iqairfoundation.org.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Did you know that it's Kindness Week and campus organizations are celebrating?
I didn't, but our very own Sam Stover was there and can tell us the latest. Hi, Sam.
Thank you, Claire and Abby. That's right, guys. Today there was an event where students made kindness bracelets. Event today in the Student Center. This event is a part of the week-long kindness series with the goal of spreading kindness across campus.
I liked the bracelet making. I feel like it's a fun craft and I haven't done it in a while, so like kind of nostalgic too, and it's like calming, so it's a fun experience.
Students are able to come together, meet new people, and engage in activities that would inspire friendship, creating something new and swapping their creations.
The goal of the event is for everybody to connect with one another and get to know each other. Just taking that time and moment just to like connect with friends, get to know different people.
The Week of Kindness events are centered around bringing positivity into students' lives and spreading joy. Students are able to experience new things and create lasting memories during their time at Kent State.
I really enjoyed making bracelets because I never made a bracelet before, so this is like a first time experience. And when I got here, I didn't know that they were going to have food, so I came with an empty stomach and I got to eat, and I'm leaving with a bracelet and a full stomach.
They were shown that being kind doesn't have to look a certain way, and positivity can grow throughout campus in creative ways. USG wanted students to know that there are many ways to be kind to someone, and making bracelets together is just one way to do it.
I feel like these events, I guess, have motivated me in a way to be more kind in ways that I haven't thought of.
This event was one of the last events for the Week of Kindness hosted by USG. For KSTV, I'm Sam Stover.
From a new number of deaths during the pandemic to a change in prices and weight loss medication, several changes and updates are happening in the health industry.
That is right, and KSTV's very own Alex Brown has all the details. Hi Alex, what can you tell us?
Good evening. Today I'm bringing you coverage on the global weight loss drug market, updates on COVID deaths, and more. Major changes are coming soon in the global market for weight loss drugs. In some of the world's most populated countries, the makers of Ozempic and Wegovy are losing patent protection. These changes could open the drug to a broader market, previously locked by high costs. According to the analysts, the introduction of generic weight loss drugs could drastically drive down the prices. On the contrary, and in the U.S. and Europe, patent products will prevent them from going generic for a couple of years. A new study conducted with the use of machine learning states that COVID deaths were undercounted during the beginning of the pandemic. Using machine learning, researchers analyzed death certificates from March 2020 to December 2021, discovering that 155,000 more deaths were likely caused by the pandemic than reported. Researchers also found that minorities and people who don't have high school diplomas were more likely to have a COVID death overlooked. The FDA is recalling children's ibuprofen after receiving complaints of a gel-like mass and black particles within products. Strides Pharma Incorporated is recalling nearly 90,000 bottles of ibuprofen that were distributed nationally. The FDA labeled this as a Class 2 recall, meaning that exposure to the product could cause temporary or irreversible health repercussions. Class 2 recalls typically don't pose a serious threat, yet caution should still be taken. For KSTV, I'm Alex Brown.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Southern California is experiencing a sweaty March with a triple-digit heat wave, a rare moment for this time of year, which could have a potential impact of the agriculture for some parts of the Golden State. This heat wave is expected to expand into other western states. Phoenix broke records this week, hitting its earliest triple-digit temperature day ever.
Well, Abby, I'm jealous because I know you were just enjoying the sun in Florida for spring break.
Yeah, the snow is sure making me miss the sun, that's for sure.
Well, Sam, the first day of spring is tomorrow. Can we at least expect things to warm up a bit?
Well, Claire, we can expect things to warm up because today I started the day with my winter coat and I ditched it halfway through. We started the day being at 35 degrees and it has significantly warmed up to 55 degrees. We are in the new moon phase and the wind is 8 miles per hour, and I am so glad that the wind is not as fast as it was because this past weekend it was very quick. And the sun is setting at 7:36 p.m. I am very glad that the sun is setting later because I love the sun and I am just so excited for summer to arrive. If we are looking at tomorrow's forecast, we can see that it is going to be 61 degrees, so even warmer tomorrow than it was today, and it is going to have a 50% chance of rain. So if you're going to go outside, I recommend bringing an umbrella and expecting that there will be some rain tomorrow. The humidity is 67%. And the UV is 3 out of 11. And the wind is 12 miles per hour, so a little quicker tomorrow than it was today. And the sun is setting at 7:37 p.m., which is 1 minute later tomorrow than it was today. So we are getting more light back as we are approaching going into spring. If we are going to look at the extended forecast, so we can see that this weekend it is going to be getting warmer, with tomorrow being 61 degrees, and the weekend is going to be at 57 degrees and then 73. Those highs are awesome because this is not a drill, guys. We are approaching getting back into the 70s. Again, I love the warm weather. I am super excited that the weather is going to be getting warmer. And we can see that it is going to go a little bit cooler, and it is going to go back up to 62 by Friday. And that is going to be the extended forecast for this upcoming week. That's all I have for you today. For KSTV, I'm Sam Stover.
Coming up, two top teams in the West faced off last night. We'll see how Luka Doncic and LeBron James got the win over Kevin Durant's Houston Rockets, Kent State basketball, and more.
The archaeology community is experiencing new finds of a species for the first time in over a century. We'll find more later in the show.
Hello everyone, my name is Maddox Miller. With the month of March means basketball takes center stage in the world of sports. But first, we're going to get started with some Kent State lacrosse. The Kent State lacrosse team hosted the Akron Zips yesterday, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. But KSU would fall 6-10 to the Zips, dropping their record to 4-5 on the year. Senior midfielder Zeta Crumpton tied for most overall points with 4 as she netted 3 goals and had 1 assist. The team will be back in action tomorrow as they welcome San Diego State University for a 6 o'clock matchup. Now, taking things to the basketball court, the Kent State men's basketball team had their first NIT game last night. The 79-58 road loss against Illinois State means the Flash's season comes to a close with a 24-10 record. The graduate duo of Morgan Safford and Rob Whaley Jr. led the way for Kent State with 19 and 13 points apiece. Now, the Golden Flashes turn to the offseason as they look to gear up for the next year. Some news coming out of the NBA today as ESPN reported that Pistons guard Cade Cunningham has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung. This injury comes during Tuesday's game against the Wizards and will leave Cunningham out indefinitely. According to ESPN, the injury is supposedly mild and there is some optimism that Cunningham will be back by the playoffs, which begins April 18th. Due to this, Cunningham will most likely miss out on any postseason honors as he is 5 games away from the 65 games played minimum, derailing what was shaping up to be a potential MVP season for the young Detroit All-Star. We're going to stay in the NBA as we take a trip to H-Town, Houston. Rockets welcoming in the LA Lakers, 12-12 here in the first quarter, 5.5 minutes to go. It's going to be a steal, slap out to LeBron James, and the King going to throw that one down early. We go later to the first, 22-17, and Alperen Sengun going to spin and slam that one down. He'd finish with 27 points on the night. LA, though, back on offense late in the first. Luka Doncic, nice little step back 3, 35-28 now in the second. Marcus Smart throwing the lob to the 41-year-old LeBron James, who finished with 30 points on 13 for 14 shooting. Look at him getting up there as we head now to the fourth quarter, 102-100, and Kevin Durant, the Slim Reaper, going to get that 3 to fall. 18 points for KD as they try and beat the Los Angeles Lakers, who are on a heater right now as the playoffs are approaching, though. But Luka Doncic, 117-111, going to hit the step back, and he is going to get the dagger. He'd finish with 40 points, 9 and 10 as well as the Lakers win 124-116. And that is all I have for you today. To stay up to date, all things Kent State or more, head over to KentStater.com and make sure to follow Kent Stater Sports on Instagram for KSTV. I'm Maddox Miller.
Thanks, Maddox. Looking for a sweet treat? This food chain is giving away free ice cream. Find out why after the break.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick, on and off the field. We were taught to not show any signs of weakness. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. I thought that something was wrong with me. For 20-plus years was physical. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father, as a man, and as a husband. Put the importance on your mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it anymore. The first tool is therapy. The second one is positive self-talk. And then journaling, putting your thoughts on paper. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
For the first time in more than 100 years, scientists have identified a new species of Spinosaurus. The species lived about 95 million years ago. The newly identified fossils had a large bony crest atop their head, a long narrow snout used for snaring fish, and long legs making them able to hunt in shallow water. The lead author of the study said the new research shows that the Spinosaurus is a semi-aquatic shoreline hunter that is physically similar to a wading bird.
While it's not exactly ideal weather to enjoy a cold treat, Dairy Queen chains are celebrating Free Cone Day today. All customers have to do is visit a DQ and they will receive a free vanilla ice cream cone. This deal is done in person and does not have delivery options. And make sure to visit a location that is not in a mall, as those specific establishments are not participating. The free treat is in honor of the first day of spring, which officially begins tomorrow. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight.
Be sure to stay up to date with the Kent Stater on all socials. I'm Abby Kress.
And I'm Claire Duber. Have a great night, Portage County.
Spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.